So it's my great pleasure to introduce this year's commencement speaker, Oregon's 69th Speaker of the House, Dan Rayfield. A WU alum in '03, Speaker Rayfield majored in geography. Along with being Oregon's 69th Speaker of the House since 2022, Speaker Rayfield represents the community of Corvallis and is also an attorney in private practice, primarily involving advocating for individuals with consumer and civil rights cases against large corporations, insurance companies, and others. After graduating from WU, Speaker Rayfield attended Willamette University School of Law. Speaker Rayfield has previously served as the co-chair of Ways and Means, the state's lead budget writing committee. He's been a champion for voting rights and campaign finance reform, and has guided critical investments to support housing development, prevent homelessness, and support small businesses, working families, and stronger schools. So please help me in welcoming Speaker Rayfield not just to the podium, but back home to Western Oregon University, because we are
Well, thanks for having me here today. When I sat in your seat, I think I felt that these speeches were the longest thing that I had to endure. It turns out you walking to your seats is the longest thing that you'll have to endure today. In June 1997, Bill Clinton was president of the United States. He was actually 6 months into the second term of his presidency. Movies, The Titanic was an epic romance novel. This was back when Leonardo DiCaprio was young and still dreamy. The Spice Girls had taken the world by storm at that time with their creatively named album, Spice. And here in Oregon, there were two best friends that were set to walk across the graduating stage of Tigard High School. One of them would graduate that day. The other one would not, because he had failed his senior English class. He had been arrested multiple times by that point. And one of them had actually purchased that Spice Girls album, helping that album, I might add, reach unprecedented heights of success. In the summer, that second student completed his high school diploma. He was also arrested again for a DUI. He struggled with attention deficit disorder. He struggled with alcohol, struggled with drugs. I think it's safe to say that he was pretty unbalanced at that point. It's also fair to say that most people that knew him in his life at that time would say his future was pretty questionable at that point. In fact, at that time, his best friend had parents who had gone to Western Oregon University. They had met here at this college. They became teachers, and his best friend wanted to become a teacher as well and attend Western Oregon University, had applied and been accepted. The second student decided to apply late in that summer. And for some reason, Western Oregon University and the faculty accepted this person into the college. As some in the audience might question the acceptance requirements here at Western Oregon University, what I see is that Western Oregon University's faculty was willing to take a chance. They're willing to take a risk, to invest their time, their energy in a student who didn't see the potential in themselves. That person, of course, is myself. The reason I want to reflect on this story today is because as you leave Western Oregon University, a lot of you, we hope, will seek a job. Some of you down the road might choose to purchase a house. Some of you might even want to have a family. But eventually, all of us, many of us, start to think about or even get consumed by the concept of what is my or our legacy in life. Now, when I was younger, when I sat in your seat, I never thought about legacy. That wasn't something that came into my mind. But as you get older, this grows. Humans, I think, are fragile. We're broken people. We want to justify our existence here on this earth. It's this idea that after living your entire life on this earth, what do we or I have to show for it? Now, some people seek tangible things. They invest themselves in their careers. They look for titles like Speaker of the House. They try and put their names on buildings or even pursue money. But all of these things, just like the building that crumbles, they are all fleeting. None of that lasts. The true legacy is what you leave with the people around you. That is the real power, what we invest in each other. Western Oregon University and the faculty is part of why I'm here today. Their investment in me as a human being. And for me, this investment is the best legacy any of us can lead. Now, if you thought that I turned my life around after I got to Western Oregon University, you would be wildly incorrect. After 2 terms, can anyone guess what my grade point average was? It was a 1.43. 2 terms. In fact, I was arrested on this very campus. Again. So I was academically suspended, but I was not deterred. I applied for reinstatement. And you know what? Western Oregon University, you know what they said? They said, we'd love to have you for another term. They were willing to give me a second chance. Now, if you thought after Western Oregon University gave me a second chance, then maybe I'd get my life together, well, you'd be wildly incorrect again. I didn't show up to that 3rd term. I was on my path to failing out again. Now, the reality is I caught mono. And it's a good thing I did because I was able to medically withdraw from Western Oregon University. But the confessional here today is I would have failed out. In some ways, as I sit here today, I feel that I betrayed the very people who took that second chance on me. I feel like I've wasted their time at that point. And at that point in my life, I did what any kid would do at that point. I flew to Florida and became a jungle cruise skipper at Walt Disney World. And at Disney World, that's where I gained my maturity. It's where I was taught customer service, and even in my office today, we talk about providing Disney-level customer service. I also told some really horrible jokes, and I want to tell one of those jokes here today. So what I'd like to do is pretend that all of you are going to be the guests coming onto my boat here at Walt Disney World, okay? And President, you are going to be in the back of the boat helping all of our guests load onto the boat. And so here's what I would say. It's like, there in the back is the amazing president of Western Oregon University. He just keeps loading more on and more on and more on. Do you know what we call him? No, we don't call him a moron. We call him a loader, but he works for free, so we call him a freeloader. Now, so you might think at this point, right? He's got to Disney, he's got his life together, he's a jungle cruise skipper. What more could you want in this world? Now he's going to get his life together. And if you thought that, again, you would be wildly incorrect. Because, in fact, I was fired from this job. My jokes were that bad, folks. Now, truth be told, I was devastated at that point. My life had been nothing but failure after failure after failure. I came home and I remember sitting with my mother and I was in tears because I didn't know if I could graduate from an even single class at a community college. And after a tough year off working in the mall, I ended up trying my luck at community college. And again, there was an individual, a professor at that point, that invested in me. About a year later, I looked Western Oregon University up on the internet and applied again. And what do you think Western Oregon did? It did as it always did for me, them and their faculty. They said they'd love to have me back. It took 3 leaps of faith by this institution, by its faculty members, and 6 whole years for me to sit where you're sitting. And eventually I did sit there, listening to someone like myself, someone boring me to tears, someone that as I stand up right now, I don't even know who the hell they were. But I graduated. Western Oregon University and its faculty had patience with me. They gave me a second and a third chance when, frankly, I probably didn't deserve them. Now, they didn't give me a scholarship, I'll tell you that much. And I applied. I spent hours fine-tuning the scholarship application, and at 44, I'm still paying my student loan debt off. I actually thought about doing all of my grievances against the university in this speech, but I'm only listing one of them. Also, Professor Van Steeder, where are you? Raise your hand, please. You only gave me B pluses. I know I deserved an A to this day. But what I also know is that you were challenging me to try and aspire to an A, although I probably didn't deserve it. It's the people in my life, the people that had patience with me, supported me, gave me second chances, saw potential in me when I couldn't see it in myself, that made those investments. Those types of things have the ability to change the course of someone's life. Those are the true legacies that we leave in this world. The only thing we ever truly leave behind in this life are the investments that we make in each other. It's these investments that have the ability to impact people, their lives in perpetuity, in ways that, frankly, we cannot always imagine. These types of legacies we leave with others are legacies that they, in turn, pass on to others. And unlike us, they go on forever. The faculty at Western Oregon University and many people in my life made those investments in me, and I'm eternally grateful for those. As you leave, the pressure is going to be on you for a career. It's going to be on pressure for you for money, tangible things in life. And as you age, that pressure will continue to grow. And some of us will be drawn to seek out tangible evidence of what we've added to this world. So I want to leave you with this. Anyone in this audience, in this stadium, can be Speaker of the House. Anyone can be the CEO of a company. Anyone, Mr. President, can be the president of a college. But only one person can be dad. Only one person can be mom. One person can be your best friend, and one person can be a mentor. Invest in people when they need it most. Don't ever underestimate your impacts on other human beings. Be patient with people. Practice unconditional forgiveness. These are the true lasting legacies that we have the ability to leave behind. And most importantly, be safe tonight. Thank you.